Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I am going to start with the date. Go jump right on in there. Today is Tuesday, December 7th, 2021. And I am grateful. Thank God because He was able to, calm me to get what I needed to get done as far as getting the phones actually done. So instructions is really what He gave me on how to do it, in patience, and just I hear how I speak now with people, and how I, really just make sure that I am speaking the right kind of way towards people, not at people, but with people. And I was able to, get my phone issues worked out. So it is like I thought it was. I have too much stuff on my phone, way too much stuff on my phone. Um, I am being honest here with this. I hoard pictures, among other things. And I'm coming to get to the bottom of that in therapy. Of one, it's a family thing that I have to break. And I'm going to be honest with this one. Um, for me, I will hoard and hold on to um, things. And I noticed it picked up within like the last year, because it's like, oh, it can't just leave me. It can't, I bring it in. It's not going to go anywhere. So I have a lot of stuff that I have to do a flea market on, brand new items, just buying them, meant to give them to people, or have them of some use. However, they're not being of use if I have them sitting around doing nothing. It's an empty fulfillment that I have to be cautious of, because why buy something in if it's not going to be used? And that brings me to, like, God, why would He have me here? Why would He have us here if He's not going to use us? So we have to make sure we are properly being of use for Him. Yeah, properly being of use for Him. So it's time for me to get rid of some things. I said I don't really like doing a New Year's resolution thing. However, I do need to make sure I take notice of, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to hold myself accountable that I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to get rid of my furniture. No one sits down in my living room. That's got to go. The items that I work for to sell, like online, and to give to people, I don't have the time to actually sell them online. So I'm going to find a way to either give them to someone. I don't know how it's going to go. Thank goodness Christmas is here, because I got a lot of brand new items that I'm just going to be here. Here's a gift. Take it. I don't want anything else. Just take it. Because I don't want to have these items here. They will never be able to bring love into me. They will never be able to, where I can have a conversation with. They're empty. So why have an empty thing in my full life? So I have to make sure I just get rid of things that won't give me anything, you know? So, and they can actually be of use to someone else who may need it. So why not give it away? And that all really goes and coincides on why God has chose us, for us to go and give ourselves away to others so they can actually be fulfilled, because it's actually Him that's in us that's coming out to people. So it's time to get rid of the clutter. It's time to get it. And it's so funny because I was trying to, like, God, I have so much that I want to get out. And I keep hearing, um, you know, uh, like we're carrying around a lot of things that we don't need to carry around with us. We're trying to carry and hold on to things that, you know, it's like we feel like we have that control over it, but you got to release that up off of you. You got to get it out of you and off of you. And it starts with the fact that it's actually a feeling in us that we are not actually addressing. So for me, I noticed a shift change when I actually voiced out and started talking about the passing of my son Angel. And man, you talk about like a lot has came up off of me with it. The whole month of December, I started voicing out, you know, a lot about him. I got baptized on November 14th, and I just was so happy because I was like, God, this is what it means like to be clean of the anxiety, to be washed of fear, to be, you know, where you can actually utilize me now, because now I see things different. It's not an instant boom, go away right there. But he's giving me instructions on how to deal with it. It's in the dealing that I am learning how to actually progress and be in purpose. It's in the dealing. It's not a microwavable thing like, oh, I got baptized and, you know, I'm speaking this out, so it's going to happen like this. No, I am actually seeing that I'm speaking over into my life, and I'm speaking a whole lot of just, God's, your promises. I am actually coming to you with what you say you have for me. It's in your word, and it's just coming along. It doesn't come right away, but I see things coming and transforming into my life and actually making my life worth living, actually livable now, actually not just tolerating, because we also do where a lot of the things where we say we tolerate and, you know, either people, places, or things, it actually starts with us. We tolerate our own crazy mind thinking and behaviors sometimes, thinking that we can't come out off of it and out of it, that this is what we're like because we were either born with that kind of behavior or it runs in our family, that this is what it's supposed to be do, that it's appropriate. It's not. We can break free from that thinking. We can break free from that. We can actually just say, God, I want a quiet, still life. Give me that. Give me that. And he will do it. Asking God for peace, man, was something. When I thought I was like, okay, you can ask for a whole lot of other things. Peace is the best thing. It's wonderful. It comes with, like, you know, we hear in the Bible the best thing to ask for is wisdom. But let me ask you this. If you are having a conversation with God and you're in relation with God, that's wisdom. Don't you think that's wisdom? And that's a question. You guys put that down in a comment. You put it out. I would love to hear what you say about that, because for me, that's wisdom, to be knowing that I have a relationship with you, that I can actually identify you and identify, you know, what we're actually, you know, engaging in. You know, I can identify when you are speaking to me. I can identify how I need to speak to you. I wake up, you talk about grateful, you gotta, and I heard this today. We literally, and I thank him so much that I've been doing it, waking up with a grateful heart, waking up with just gratefulness, going to sleep with gratefulness, thanking him. That should be the first thing and the last thing we do. Let that come out of your mouth. God, I thank you for all. I thank you for waking me up. I thank you for you being in my life. I thank you for being in my home. Good night, Lord. I thank you so much for you being you in my life. Thank you, God. That gratefulness, and that just go to him with just a grateful, open heart, and watch how he shift things for you. Watch how he changed some things in your life that you will be sitting there. I laugh with God. I didn't even know that was a possible thing, to actually laugh. That's how our communication. That's how we sit and talk with one another. It's so wonderful to actually be able to identify my relationship with him now. I'm not sitting around wondering how it may be and how it's going to go. I actually now participate in the growth of it, in the growth of what he's doing, in the growth of my life. I'm no longer like, man, wandering around aimlessly. I'm hitting the targets. And you know why that is? Because I'm not the one shooting them. It's God. He shoots me. Yeah. It can't be left up to me. It has to be him. He has to hit the mark. He has to be the one in us that actually needs us to go out for him, not me. It can't be me, because if it would be me, I probably would not show up to the assignment the right way, the proper way, in the posture that God needs me to be in. I probably will be frail or too big of myself, and I can't do that. When I come and I represent God and God is in me, I just show up as I am and he speaks up out of me. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. I don't know. Sometimes when I first actually started speaking out in this journal process, I was a timid girl. God has grew me into this bold, wonderful, blessed woman. And I am so grateful for that. I never even seen this strength in me. I never knew that it was inside of me. It was here all along, lying dormant, because I had to deal with the actual issues that was going on in my life for God to see. Did you see that you had to deal with this? Now I need you to learn in the dealing how to deal with life, because it's going to be keep on coming in a different aspect for you now. Now I need you to go with the dealing of what I need you to do for me, what I need done. So it's in the dealing that I'm going to use you in everything I need you to be in. Deal with all of it, guys. And it's not one thing I am learning, that I don't want to ever be done with him. I don't ever want to be like, okay, God, I got it. Let's move on. No, keep continually growing me. Keep continually forming me how you need me to form. Because if I'm in his image, everything is going to have to change, because God will always need me to. He would need me to keep on changing for him and everything, because I thought I did get one part of it. Like, God, you got me. I'm like this. I'm growing good. I'm a nice, good person now and everything. And it was like, no, you're still about yourself. So I need you to calm down and move in this way for me. I am still animated at times. I am still, I'm still Audrey Elaine. But I love the fact that he kind of ropes me in. And when I feel like, God, this is not what you need me to do, please speak to me on it. Teach me what I need to be doing right now. Teach me in this dealing and doing what needs to be done. I want to hear what you need me to do. And don't be so quick to hurry up and want to move. One thing I know for myself, God doesn't do things poof, poof, poof. He's not a genie. He doesn't poof. I want him to actually marinate me well. I want to be slow cooked, because that serving it up is something awesome. Man, this growth right now is amazing. I thank him so much that one of the best gifts he ever has done for me, outside of saving me, choosing me, calling me, is trusting me. I thank him so much, because here it is, I was having trust issues, and I wouldn't say that it was because of Billy Bob and whoever. It was because I could never really trust myself. So that's where it was for me. How can I trust you, God, when I can't even really trust myself? I'm going off of, you know, what I believe you want me to kind of act. I'm going off a facade of things, or I'm going off of other people telling me, when I never really fully trust my own self to say, you know what, this is not how God wants me to behave. This is not how God needs me to be. This is not God. So that was me. No one else. It wasn't God. It wasn't that I couldn't. I look at it now. Wow. I thank you so much for your love, because loving me, it must have been, if one, I'm not God, but it had to be hard for him to love me. And I thank him that it really wasn't for him, because he's God above all. So he knew everything. And it wasn't hard for him to love me. But I'm like, God, I thank you so much. Because it was times when, man, that turning and wanted to be disobedient, and wanted to be hard-headed, and wanted to be self-righteous, and wanted to be all about myself, and the craziness. I thank him so much that it was like, in his dealing, it was going to be, but you're going to get it. You're going to see. One thing I know, and I had wrote this down, is, and God, please give it to me exactly how I wrote it, was, oh my goodness, I almost want to go into it, but it will cut the video off. But it was basically how it's like he can trust me now. I will get it, and probably, I don't know. It's important, but it's not that important for me to be distracted, because God knows exactly what I put it for. And I just thank him so much for just trusting me with myself. I thank him so much for teaching me, for opening me up, for revealing me to me. And man, mm, I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I can't even really put it into words. If I have to thank him all throughout the day, every moment of the day, I'll do that, because that's what he deserves. I thank him so much. I have been praising God, and glorifying him in the right, proper manner now, the proper stance, the proper posture of what he requires from me. I never really got, when he was saying his word about coming to me in thanksgiving, being thankful, being grateful. You would have thought the kind of life that I lived, you know, that I would have been thankful from the beginning. But I thank him for teaching me how to be grateful, how to, at the appropriate time, he showed me that it's funny for me, if I'm going to word it like this, how he was here with me all along, never gave up on me, never turned away from me. Literally, in some of my darkest moments. I thank him so much for it. You know, it's an amazing thing that we get to still grow in him. And he uses all of what we feel is not necessary for his necessary. It's necessary for people to see that the lives we live, nobody but him can pull us up out of. Nobody but him can turn every bit of our mess into a message that, hey, I'm still a living God. See, look what I did in her. Look what I'm doing in him. Look at all of this. It's not them. They trusted me. I trust them. Now look at them go forth for me. And that's a great, wonderful thing. I thank him so much. I thank him so much. It's an amazing, wonderful thing to be. And I just say it and I always say it. I just said it and I always say it. To not only be wanted, but be needed. To be needed and to be wanted. That is an amazing thing for God to like, oh God. Jesus. It's awesome. Are we really being who God has us to be? You know, living a facade life for so long, like I had it all together, probably was one of the reasons why I started, you know, trying to hold on to certain things and hold on to certain people and hold on to places because it was a comfortable thing for me. It was the filling me up that I thought it was actually doing, but I was literally always running dry, literally just always shaking and rattled, literally just all over the place. And now I am knowing what it is to be still, to be quiet, to just be in trust, to be in harmony with him, to be, literally, I can go on and line and just, man, I'm so grateful. Do you have a grateful heart? Do you have a grateful mind? And if you don't know how to get one, pray and talk to him. I mean, best relationship ever. Can't no man do it for you, but God can. God can teach you how to be in communication with him. He can teach you to see yourself how he sees you. When I thought I was this loving, wonderful person, deep down I really was. However, it was a light on, light off. And I would do it for whoever and whenever and wherever I was. Versus now, I am the same Audrey Elaine no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing, and no matter who I am around. And I thank him so much for trusting me with myself. Biggest thing ever. We can have a relationship with him. And then he like literally gives us ourselves back. You know, like, hey, now I need you to have a relationship with yourself, because I need you to be so in love with me and yourself, so you can now go out there and be in love with others. You can be in love with others. You can teach people how to trust me and love me. And this is not for anything of me. This is literally him teaching me how to love myself, so I can tell people. It's funny because people, ask me a little bit about myself, and I literally can only say, to God be the glory. This person right now, literally, is all because of him. We can change. Don't go off of what somebody else say, that it ain't possible. Oh, they're only like that for a minute or anything. No. Oh, you'll change when something else comes up or something. This is what prayer actually is. This is what relationship with him actually is. Are you going to trust him? Are you going to actually lean more into him? Are you going to be with him? Are you going to go off of what he says for you? Because if you really do that, can't no one shake, rattle, and roll you. His word is so true. Stand in it. On it. Man. I love him so much. I thank him for whatever it is and everything he is, and all that he is. I literally, I was saying, today has been I stand in awe day. Like, to God be the glory for everything. I mean, we literally are just, our lives, man, our lives, we are headed into an area. You think this growth spurt right now is something in our lives? Literally, come 2022 and going forth, when people see us through and everything that is going on, we're going to hear people out. But I be stopping people sometimes. To God be the glory. I mean, I can't tell you nothing other than him. I can't explain it to you other than, man, come on. Let's get together and read our Bibles and have a class and do whatever. Because literally, this is all him. It ain't me. Literally, everything that yeah. I thank you guys so much. I thank you guys so much. Being bold and stepping into his truth. It's in the dealing that we're going to find out that we are more than what we ever thought we were. Deal with the actual issues of what's going on. Don't try to mask them with anything. Don't try to cover it up with the shopping, the spending, food, alcohol, drugs, any of that. Actually, the only thing you need to do is be in relationship with him. Speak with God. And he's going to give you what you need. Get yourself into therapy. I always say it. You can take it to Jesus, and if you really listen to him, he's going to tell you, get yourself in therapy. And you owe it to nobody while you're doing it. You owe it to yourself, and you owe it to God to say, God, I really thank you for telling me to deal with what's going on, because you need me and you want me. So I'm going to go and do the dealing that needs to be done so you can use me. It feels good for us to be used by him. Mm. I thank you guys so much. I thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys coming on and being a part of the growth process. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, and sharing. Put your comments down in. Let's have a conversation. I actually do comment back. I do. You know, a lot of you guys, I thank you for even texting me on my phone and everything. Yeah, I appreciate you. You may not want your comments all in here, and that's okay. So I thank you guys so much. I will be back on with you guys, God willing, tomorrow. So I love you, and I will see you then. Bye now.